So these are 5 mistakes that I see when people are doing their estate planning. Number 1 is procrastination. Obviously people procrastinate all the time. There's no judgment with that at all. But unfortunately, sometimes the procrastination goes a little bit too far, and at some point you don't have a chance to do the plan. Oftentimes for us, it's the spouse who's calling in and saying, my spouse is in the hospital, they're in a coma, or they have late stages of dementia, and at that point it's too late. You're not going to be able to put a plan together for that spouse. Number 2 is thinking, well, I'm married and everything's just going to go to my spouse anyway, so I'll let my spouse deal with it and they can take care of it later. It is true, a lot of assets will likely pass to your spouse if they are jointly on the title with you to the house or the bank account, or if you've listed them as a beneficiary. But oftentimes we see there's 1 or 2 assets that are not in that situation, and then you end up in the probate court and have to do a much longer and more expensive process. Number 3 is using an online service to create your plan or doing a fill-in-the-blank form. And I have a situation recently where someone did that. They used an online service to create their will. They specifically disinherited their sister. That's how much they disliked her. They left everything to the brother. Unfortunately, the brother died the day after this person died. And because there was not the right clause in that trust in that will saying someone needs to survive me by a certain number of days to inherit, the end result is that the disinherited sister is now going to get all the money because she gets the money from the brother's estate who this person left their assets to. So, sorry, that was a little bit complicated, but bottom line, don't do your own will or a do-it-yourself will. You want to get some professional help. Number 4 is saying, well, I have a plan. I have a plan, I'm all set. The only problem is that plan is 15 years old, 20 years old. It's the plan that I had before I got married. It's the plan that I had before I got divorced. So an old, outdated plan is often worse than having no plan. So think about it. When was the last time I touched this plan? And make sure that you seek some help if it's been a long time. Number 5 is, I don't have very many assets and my family knows what to do. Well, I can assure you your family doesn't know what to do. I hear that all the time from family members who someone has died and they say, we have no idea what they want us to do. 2, the law will decide what's going to happen. So even if your family thinks that this is what should happen, unless they're all in agreement, there's a good chance that the court is going to get involved in that situation. So much better for you to come up with the plan. Even if you don't have much, that just means that your plan will be simpler, but you still need to have a plan. Number 6, I guess the bonus one here is we also want to plan for incapacity. So it's not just about who gets your assets, it's also about your well-being and who's going to make medical decisions for you if you need help while you're alive or if you need financial help while you're alive. You want to make sure that it's that super nice child of yours that's in charge of that and not the evil child who wouldn't eat their vegetables when they were growing up. Planning for incapacity as well as inheritance, all of that is part of estate planning, as well as guardianship for minor children. What happens to you after you pass away? Do you want to be cremated or buried? So a good comprehensive estate plan will address all of these situations and will leave you with a lot of great peace of mind. So avoid those 5 or 6 mistakes and get yourself some help.